Providers. As you know, adolescent anticipatory guidance is given to both patients and parents or guardians during yearly well child visits. Utilization of questionnaires completed by both the adolescent and the parent prior to the visit may offer invaluable information to the provider. Review information on these forms prior to the exam to prepare yourself to discuss specific topics. Try to begin and end the appointment with both the adolescent and the parent in the room, but emphasize to the parent the importance of one-on-one time between the adolescent and provider to encourage open communication. This is especially important as the child progresses through adolescence. To foster this, offer a time during the visit when the parent is asked to step out of the room, for instance during the examination if the adolescent chooses, and take that time to talk with the adolescent about issues they may be more open about without the presence of a parent or guardian. Okay, Mom, now that you're back in the room, Hannah's exam was completely normal and on target for a healthy 16-year-old. I've discussed some things individually with her, and now we're going to review some information together on changes you can expect in the next year and some things that we recommend to keep your body and mind healthy. Social determinants of health. Social determinants of health are conditions in the environments where we are born, live, grow, learn, and work that affect our health, quality of life, and outcomes. Some of these include bullying, connectedness with family and peers, school, family substance use, living situation, and food security. For the youth. According to the CDC, approximately 1 in 4 U.S. students say they've been bullied at school. There is no profile that fits a bully, as it can be anyone of any race, sex, age, or status. It is important to learn nonviolent ways to resolve conflicts, like walking away. You can confide in parents or any trusted adult, including myself, if anyone stalks, bullies, threatens, or abuses you. Avoid risky situations and call for help if you feel in danger or even if something just doesn't feel right. For the parent. Teach your child nonviolent conflict resolution techniques. Discuss internet safety and ways to avoid cyberbullying. Let your child know they can call you if they ever need help. For the youth. Spend time with your family and work together to solve problems. Help out around the house and follow family rules. Make and keep good friends. Even though you keep in touch over social media, nothing can replace an actual phone call or spending time face-to-face. For the parent. Spend time with your adolescent. Praise them and be affectionate with them. Make time to talk to them every day and talk about a wide variety of topics. Set and agree on reasonable rules and consequences. Know where your child and their friends are. Get to know their friends and encourage healthy friendships. Involve them in family decision-making and encourage him or her to think through problems. Provide opportunities for independent decision-making. For the youth. Take responsibility for your schoolwork and grades. Follow rules set by your teachers and ask for help if you find yourself struggling at school. For the parent. Emphasize the importance of school and praise them for successes, achievements, and efforts. Monitor their work and help them when possible. Encourage reading by helping them find books or magazines that interest them. For the youth. When possible, avoid spending time indoors or in cars where people are smoking or vaping. Nicotine is extremely addictive, making it very difficult to quit. This is why we encourage you not to smoke or vape, and if you already do, we would like to help you to quit now. Talk to me or another trusted adult if you're worried about a family member's drug or alcohol use. For the parent. Parents, if you smoke, do it away from your children, and if you're ready to quit, talk to your doctor. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or go to smokefree.gov for more information. Providers. Did you know that a United States Department of Agriculture 2017 report stated that approximately 11.5% of households in South Carolina had food insecurity, meaning that they lacked access to enough food for an active, healthy life for all household members. There are community agencies, federal and state programs, as well as school programs designed to help with food security. To address this issue, Ask the adolescent open-ended questions or statements like, "Tell me about your living situation," or, "Within the past year, were you ever worried about having enough food?" You may ask the parent something like, "Within the past year, was there any time when the food you bought did not last and you didn't have money to get more?" Physical growth and development. Physical growth and development includes information on physical changes in body image, oral health, nutrition, exercise, and sleep habits. For the youth. Girls and boys go through puberty at different times, with boys starting about a year behind the girls. You can expect the growth of underarm and pubic hair, body odor, voice changes, moodiness, and even acne during this period of your life. Many adolescents develop acne due to hormonal changes that occur during puberty, although this is not the only cause of acne. Acne is a skin condition in which the pores become clogged with oil and dead skin cells, causing bumps to appear on the face, neck, upper back, shoulders, and chest. Good hygiene will help, but if the breakouts are bad, there are products and medicines that can help. Growth spurts will occur at different times for boys and girls, which is why girls are often taller than boys in early puberty. For girls, menstrual cycles start at different times and is typically about 2 years after breasts begin to develop. The average age for puberty in females is age 10 to 10 and a half. Signs of puberty in boys will be changes in the size of testicles and penis. The average age for puberty in males is age 11 and a half. You should manage your weight by eating healthy foods and being physically active every day. One of the most important ways to stay healthy is to balance calorie intake from foods and calorie output through physical activity. For the parent. Be aware of and sensitive to the changes your child may be experiencing. Support healthy weight and help your adolescent choose healthy eating. Provide healthy foods, eat together as a family, and be a role model for your child. Support your child's self-image by praising the positive things he or she does and has learned rather than on his or her physical appearance. For the youth. You should brush your teeth twice a day and floss at least once a day. Limit the amount of soda and sugary beverages and snacks you consume. Use a mouthguard if playing contact sports. Don't use chewing tobacco or dip as it can cause mouth cancer. For the parent. Take your child to the dentist twice a year for cleanings and to monitor for cavities and the possible need for dental appliances. For the youth. Eat 3 healthy meals a day. Breakfast is especially important. According to the CDC, 18% of high school students in South Carolina report not eating breakfast at all. Eating a healthy breakfast has been linked to improved concentration, more energy, better test scores, and a healthier body weight. Eat fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein like chicken and fish and lean meats. Have 24 ounces or more low-fat or non-fat dairy every day to keep your bones strong. Limit foods and drinks that are high in sugar, calories, saturated fats, and salt, such as pizza, chips, candy, and sodas. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, especially during physical activity, and avoid high-calorie sodas, sports drinks, energy drinks, and caffeine drinks. For the parent. Support healthy eating habits by keeping a variety of healthy foods and limiting or eliminating unhealthy snacks at home. Offer healthy snacks like vegetables, fruits, yogurt, cheese, and whole grain crackers. Be a role model by making healthy nutrition choices yourself. Eat together as a family as often as possible. Make mealtimes pleasant and encourage conversation. Avoid watching TV and using phones during meals. Make sure your child has breakfast before school. Keep low-fat or fat-free milk, yogurt, and cheese at home for sources of calcium and vitamin D. If your child doesn't drink milk or consume other dairy products, we can discuss alternatives, including foods that naturally contain calcium, as well as foods and beverages fortified with calcium and vitamin D, like orange juice and cereals. For the youth. According to the CDC, approximately 25% of high school students report not being physically active at all during a week, and 25% report not getting at least 8 hours of sleep on the average school night. You should try to be physically active for a total of 60 minutes every day. Break up the time if you can't do it all at once. This can be done through physical education class, sports, games, or just playing outside. Adolescents need an average of 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night. Go to bed at a set time each night, even on the weekends, and turn off TVs and electronic devices before bedtime to improve your quality of sleep and prevent sleep disturbances.
For the parent.
Promote your child's physical activity by providing games or equipment at home that encourage physical activity, or get them involved in sports through school or local recreation departments. Be physically active yourself and participate in physical activities with your child and family. Do not allow the use of TVs or other electronic devices prior to bedtime.
Emotional well-being and mental health.
For the youth.
Everyone has stress in their lives, such as school deadlines or occasional difficulty with friends. It's important for you to figure out how to deal with stress in the ways that work best for you. If you would like some help with this, I'd be happy to give you some ideas. For the parent, involve your child in family decision making as appropriate to give her experience with solving problems and making decisions. Encourage your child to think through solutions rather than giving them all the answers. For the youth, feelings of sadness and disappointments are temporary. Connectedness with family and peers are important safety nets with coping. Learning how to make decisions about coping and stress are important. Each day in our nation, there are an average of over 5,400 suicide attempts by young people in grades 7 to 12. For the parent, lock or remove firearms from the home. Limit amount of medications available in the home, including over-the-counter medications. Dispose of unused narcotics. Talk to your teens about their strengths. Provide clear expectations. Encourage decision-making, social connections, and community outreach. Be aware that poor school performance can be a sign of depression. For the youth, sexual identity and sexual orientation, clarification of sexual orientation, get reliable sex information from your parents or school nurse, not peers. Sexually transmitted diseases are a reality among teens. Some diseases are lifelong and others are life-threatening. Among teen females aged 15 to 19, 42% report having had sex. Among teen males, 44%. For the parent, talk to your teen about sex and have open lines of communication. Remember, you are one of the teen's best resources. Discuss pregnancy prevention, including abstinence, and include prevention of sexually transmitted diseases. Risk reduction. For the youth, there will be peer pressure to experiment with alcohol and drugs. Have a plan in how you avoid alcohol and drugs. Some drugs are addictive the first time they are used. Both alcohol and drugs can cause death and/or jail time. Have friends who support your decisions. Approximately 30% of seniors report alcohol use. For the parent, know who your child's friends are and who they are with when they're not at home. Keep alcohol at the home in a secure, well-monitored place. Adolescents least likely to use alcohol or other drugs are emotionally close to their parents. Parents encourage feelings of trust and are sensitive to their children's emotional needs. Have children who drink and use drugs less. For the youth, smoking, vaping, and dipping are all ways to get nicotine. Tobacco use is associated with increased risk behavior. All are harmful to your lungs. Current data suggests 41% of teens have tried cigarette smoking. For the parent, talk to your teen about the dangers of tobacco products. Know your teen's peers. For the youth, tattooing and body piercing is popular among teens. These practices can have implications on your future employment. Also, you can get infections including HIV and hepatitis B. If you decide to get a tattoo or piercing, make sure the salon is licensed by the state. For the parent, discuss potential problems with tattooing and piercing. Encourage your teen to come to you and discuss safe businesses to have this work done. No tattoos and piercing are mainstream in today's society.
Safety. For the youth, Always wear a helmet, life jacket, and other protective gear while riding ATVs, motorcycles, bicycling, snowboarding, skating, participating in team sports, or water activities. For the youth, automobile crashes are the leading cause of adolescent death. Always wear a seatbelt in a vehicle. Distracted driving is dangerous. Your brain cannot pay attention to the road and your mobile device at the same time. Do not talk, text, or manipulate a mobile device while the keys are in the ignition. For the parent, be a good role model and reinforce that distracted driving is dangerous. Approximately 39% of youth reported texting while operating a car. Be involved with your adolescent's life. Set limits and expectations for your adolescent about driving, such as number of passengers, the amount of night driving allowed, how to minimize distracted driving, and how to avoid high-risk situations. Consider using a written parent-teen driving agreement to document that you and your adolescent understand the rules and the consequences for breaking them, and when the rules will be relaxed if he demonstrates safe and responsible driving behavior. Plan with your adolescent for situations when he feels unsafe driving or riding with someone. For the youth, protect yourself from the sun by covering up with clothes and hats. Whenever possible, time activities so you're not outside from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. when the sun is the strongest. Use sunscreen, SPF 15 or higher, and reapply frequently. 50% of adolescents have reported getting a sunburn. Remember to wear your sunglasses and do not use tanning beds. For the youth, do not ride in a vehicle with someone who has been using drugs or alcohol. Call your parents or another trusted adult and get help. For the parent, approximately 17% of adolescents report having ridden with a person who is under the influence of alcohol. Help your child plan for what to do in case she ever feels unsafe riding in a vehicle because the driver has been drinking or using drugs, or in any situation is out of hand. For the youth, fighting and carrying weapons can be dangerous. Do not touch firearms without parents' permission and supervision. For the parent, firearms are an important source of injury and death among adolescents, especially in suicide attempts. Approximately 3.8% of adolescents report having carried a weapon to school, putting your child and others in danger. The best way to keep your child safe from injury or death from firearms is to never have a firearm in the home. If it is necessary to keep a firearm in your home, it should be stored, unloaded, and locked, with the ammunition locked separately from the firearm. Keep the key where the child cannot have access. For the youth, talk with your parents when you are asked to do unusual things with friends or strangers online. Do not turn on your webcam for strangers. Do not accept social media friend requests from strangers or strange profiles. What you write on social media is public. Do not reveal any personal information or post anything you do not want others to know or see. This is the same for what is sent over the cell phone. Picture and text messages shared are no longer personal. There is always the risk others will share, i.e., sexting. Report inappropriate invites, bullying, or other concerning messages or pictures to your parents. Do not get in an Uber alone. For the parents, keep the computer in a public part of the household, such as family room or kitchen. This can allow close monitoring of internet activity. Check for parental settings on social media sites, websites, and apps. Make sure your child knows what is and isn't appropriate to look at on the internet.
Well, I know we've talked about a lot today. Do either of you have any other questions?
No, I think you've went over everything.
Okay, well, I'm giving you ladies a handout. It includes everything we've discussed today. If you think of any other questions later, feel free to reach out through the link on our website. Okay?